Being provided for is part of your birthright. It is not a prize reserved for the people who work the longest, worry the hardest, or prove themselves without rest. Support is not something you must earn by becoming exhausted. Care is not withheld until you have finally done enough. Your life does not need to become a constant test of how much strain you can carry before you are permitted to feel secure. You were taught many things about earning. You may have been taught that every good thing must be paid for with effort, sacrifice, discomfort, or delay. You may have learned that rest should come only after every task is finished, even though every finished task seems to create another one. You may have learned that asking for help makes you weak, that accepting help creates a debt, or that being supported means you have failed to stand on your own. These ideas may have stayed with you for a long time. They may have shaped the way you work, the way you spend, the way you save, the way you ask, and the way you respond when something kind is offered to you. They may have influenced the way your body reacts when an unexpected opportunity appears. Instead of relaxing, you may become suspicious. Instead of feeling curious, you may search for the hidden cost. Instead of accepting support, you may begin planning how quickly you can repay it. None of this means there is something wrong with you. It means you learned to connect safety with control. You learned to believe that the only reliable good was the good you could produce, calculate, predict, or protect. You learned to trust effort more than openness. You learned to trust strain more than ease. You learned to feel more comfortable giving than accepting, because giving allowed you to remain in control of the exchange. Tonight, you do not need to judge these patterns. You do not need to fight them. You do not need to force yourself into a new belief before you are ready. You are beginning by hearing a different truth. Your value existed before your first achievement. Your right to care existed before your first responsibility. Your capacity to be supported existed before you learned how to work for approval. No amount in an account can create your human value, and no temporary lack can remove it. There is a part of you that may already understand this. It is the quiet part beneath the calculating mind. It is the part that knows a child does not have to prove a right to nourishment. It is the part that knows a tired person does not have to justify the need for rest. It is the part that understands that love, dignity, patience, kindness, and basic care are not rewards for flawless performance. You may have forgotten how natural it once felt to accept what was given with love. Before you learned to apologize for needing anything, you could express a need without writing a defense for it. Before you learned to measure your life against other lives, you could enjoy a small pleasure without wondering whether you deserved it. Before you learned to fear being dependent, you understood that people were made to help one another. The old story said that you must do everything alone. The old story said that support makes you vulnerable. The old story said that an opportunity cannot be trusted unless it arrives through struggle. The old story said that ease is suspicious. The old story said that if something comes without pain, it may disappear just as quickly. The old story may have kept you alert. It may have pushed you to prepare, to save, to work, to learn, and to survive difficult seasons. You do not need to insult the part of you that believed it. That part was trying to help. It was trying to keep disappointment away. It was trying to make sure you would never be caught without an answer. You can appreciate its intention without continuing every habit it created. You can thank it for its protection without letting it direct every decision. You can tell it that you are learning another way to feel steady. You are learning that support can come through your own thoughtful action and through the thoughtful action of others. You are learning that preparation and openness can exist together. You are learning that responsibility does not require constant fear. You are learning that calm can help you make clearer choices than panic ever could. For now, let the body hear these words without having to analyze them. Let your jaw rest. Let the muscles around your eyes become less busy. Let your tongue rest inside your mouth. Let your hands be still. You have spent enough moments trying to solve tomorrow before tonight was complete. You have spent enough nights reviewing numbers, conversations, decisions, and imagined problems. You have spent enough time believing that worry was a form of preparation. You have spent enough energy trying to predict every possible expense, every possible delay, every possible disappointment, and every possible reason something might not work. Worry can feel productive because it keeps the mind active. It creates the feeling that you are doing something. It tells you that if you remain alert, you may prevent pain. It tells you that if you think through every negative outcome, none of them will surprise you. It tells you that peace should wait until certainty arrives. Certainty rarely arrives in the way the anxious mind demands. There is usually another question available. There is usually another risk to consider. There is usually another amount you could save, another task you could complete, another skill you could improve, or another plan you could create. If peace depends on the absence of every unknown, peace will always be postponed. You may know the feeling of checking a balance late at night, even though you already checked it earlier. Nothing new is expected, yet the hand reaches for the device. The screen lights your face while the room remains dark. For a few seconds, the number seems to carry more authority than your breath, your body, your effort, or your entire life. If the number is higher than expected, relief may come briefly. Then the mind may ask how long it will last. If the number is lower than expected, the body may tighten before you have even considered what practical action is possible. One figure becomes a judgment, One ordinary fluctuation becomes a prediction. One difficult month begins to sound like a permanent identity. A number can provide information. It cannot define you. It can help you make a decision. It cannot measure your goodness. It can show what is available in one place at one moment. It cannot measure every form of support, skill, relationship, possibility, idea, or resource that exists around you. You may also know the guilt that follows ordinary spending. Something necessary is purchased, and part of you still feels you have done something wrong. You replace an item that no longer works, and the mind begins listing all the ways you could have waited longer. You buy food, medicine, transport, clothing, or something useful for your home, and the inner voice asks whether you were careless. Even a small comfort may become difficult to enjoy. You may choose something modest, then reduce its value by criticizing yourself afterward. The experience is already paid for, yet the mind continues charging you through guilt. The item is in your hands, yet your attention is occupied by self-punishment. This does not always come from irresponsibility. Often, it comes from fear. It comes from a belief that safety depends on never making a wrong choice. It comes from the hope that if you criticize yourself quickly enough, you will remain disciplined. It comes from a memory of times when resources were limited and every purchase carried real weight. You can honor those memories without turning every present decision into a trial. You can learn from the past without repeating its emotional pressure. You can become thoughtful without becoming harsh. You can make adjustments without attacking your character. A calm review is more useful than shame. A clear plan is more useful than panic. A practical next step is more useful than spending the night proving that you should have known everything earlier. There may be another pattern you recognize. You may find it easier to ask for less than your work is worth. You may lower your price before anyone questions it. You may give more time than was agreed upon. You may add extra effort without naming it. You may feel uncomfortable stating what you need, even when the exchange is fair and clear. Part of you may fear that asking appropriately will make you difficult, greedy, unkind, or ungrateful. You may believe that being easy to work with means never having limits. You may believe that kindness requires you to make yourself smaller so that another person never feels challenged. This pattern can appear in many places. It may appear in work. It may appear in family. It may appear in friendship. It may appear when you lend your skills, your attention, your space, or your time. You may give quickly and speak about your own needs slowly. You may say yes before checking what the yes will cost you. You may agree because disappointing another person feels more dangerous than disappointing yourself. Later, resentment may rise. Fatigue may rise. A quiet sense of being overlooked may rise. Then you may blame yourself for feeling upset, even though the feeling is carrying useful information. It may be showing you that generosity without limits has become self-abandonment. It may be showing you that an honest exchange needs room for both people. Your needs do not make you selfish. Your limits do not make you cold. Your desire for fair treatment does not make you less loving. You are permitted to consider yourself when making an agreement. You are permitted to ask what is expected. You are permitted to decide what you can offer. You are permitted to pause before saying yes. You are permitted to change a pattern that once earned approval but now creates exhaustion. Some people become uncomfortable not only when asking, but also when something is offered. A gift appears, and the first response is, "You did not have to do that." A compliment arrives, and the first response is to correct it. Someone praises your work, and you explain why it was not difficult. Someone thanks you, and you list what you could have done better. Someone offers assistance, and you say you are fine before checking whether you actually are. The words may come automatically. You may barely hear yourself say them. They may seem polite, humble, or independent. Beneath them, there may be an old discomfort with being the person who is given to. There may be a fear that acceptance creates obligation. There may be a belief that you must reduce the value of what you did so that no one expects more from you later. You may have learned that praise attracts pressure. You may have learned that gifts come with conditions. You may have learned that help is sometimes remembered and used as leverage. These experiences matter. Your caution may have a history. You do not need to become open to every person, every offer, or every opportunity without discernment. Openness is not the absence of wisdom. Accepting healthy support does not mean ignoring boundaries. Trust can grow at a pace that respects what you have lived through. The new practice is not blind acceptance. It is conscious acceptance. It is the ability to pause and ask whether an offer is kind, clear, appropriate, and safe. It is the ability to let a sincere compliment remain sincere. It is the ability to say thank you without immediately returning praise to escape the feeling of being seen. You can accept one kind sentence. You can accept one helpful gesture. You can accept one moment in which you are not the person carrying everything. You can let support be support. You do not have to turn it into a debt before it has even reached you. You may also have postponed joy until a future condition is met. You may tell yourself that you will relax when work becomes stable, when the account reaches a certain amount, when the debt is reduced, when the family is settled, when the next contract arrives, when the repair is finished, or when the uncertainty has passed. These goals can matter. Practical improvements can bring real relief. The difficulty begins when your entire right to live is placed on the other side of them. The present becomes only a waiting room. Every day is treated as preparation for a life that has not yet begun. You continue moving, but you do not feel that you have arrived anywhere. You complete one responsibility, and the mind immediately points toward the next. You solve one problem, and the body remains braced. You reach a goal, and the satisfaction lasts only until a larger goal appears. The habit of postponing joy can survive even after circumstances improve. A person can have more than before and still feel forbidden to rest. A person can solve the problem that once caused fear and discover that the fear has chosen a new subject. A person can become safer while the nervous system continues behaving as if danger is still present. This is why inner work matters. It does not replace practical action. It helps practical action come from a steadier place. It helps you separate a real concern from an inherited alarm. It helps you make room for facts without letting fear invent the rest. It helps you remember that a difficult circumstance is something you are experiencing, not the total definition of who you are. These affirmations are here to support your mindset, your calm, and your relationship with possibility. They are not financial advice. Real hardship deserves real attention, practical steps, informed decisions, and qualified human support when it is needed. A peaceful thought does not erase a bill, repair a damaged system, or replace professional guidance. It can help you approach the next step with less shame, more clarity, and greater self-respect. You are allowed to seek help. You are allowed to ask questions. You are allowed to learn what you were never taught. You are allowed to speak with someone who understands the situation. You are allowed to create a plan slowly. You are allowed to begin with one small action instead of demanding that you solve everything at once. Scarcity often becomes louder when you believe you must hide it. It says that everyone else understands what you do not. It says that asking for guidance will expose you. It says that you should have made different choices, known more, acted earlier, or predicted what happened. This voice rarely speaks with the full truth. It leaves out the information you did not have. It leaves out the pressures you were under. It leaves out the responsibilities you carried. It leaves out the changes no one could have predicted. It leaves out the ways you adapted, endured, learned, and kept moving. Compassion does not mean pretending every decision was perfect. Compassion means seeing the whole person who made the decision. You made choices with the awareness, energy, knowledge, and options available to you at the time. Some choices helped. Some created difficulty. Some were made quickly. Some were made to survive. Some were shaped by fear. Some were shaped by hope. You can review them without turning against yourself. You can learn without humiliation. You can correct a direction without declaring that your whole life has gone wrong. You can become wiser and remain kind. The scarcity echo may have begun long before you understood what it was. You may have heard adults discuss costs with tension in their voices. You may have watched expressions change when an envelope arrived. You may have learned to become quiet when grown people were worried. You may have sensed that asking for something could add pressure, even when no one directly told you so. Children observe more than adults realize. They hear what is said. They also hear what is avoided. They notice how people respond to needs, gifts, emergencies, and success. They notice whether the household becomes tense around payment dates. They notice whether one person controls every decision. They notice whether pleasure is followed by guilt. They notice whether people speak of those with more as dangerous, dishonest, lucky, or different. A young mind gathers these moments and tries to make rules. Do not ask for too much. Do not become a burden. Keep what you have. Expect things to go wrong. Never depend on anyone. Work harder than everyone else. Do not show that you need help. Do not let yourself enjoy anything for too long. These rules may have helped you belong. They may have helped you understand the people around you. They may have given you a feeling of control in circumstances you could not change. They may have become so familiar that you stopped recognizing them as learned beliefs. A learned belief can feel like a fact. It can feel like personality. It can feel like common sense. It can feel like the only safe way to live. Still, what was learned can be examined. What was inherited can be questioned. What was repeated can be replaced. You do not need to reject the people who taught you these patterns. Many of them were repeating what they had been taught. They may have lived through shortages, instability, loss, displacement, illness, unreliable work, or responsibilities that arrived too soon. Their caution may have helped them survive. You can respect their experience without making their fear your permanent instruction. You can appreciate what they gave you while choosing what you will no longer carry forward. You can say inwardly, I understand why you worried, and I am learning to relate to life differently. There is no blame in this sentence. There is only awareness. You are not accusing anyone. You are giving yourself permission to become conscious of what has been operating beneath your choices. Some beliefs were spoken clearly, others entered through atmosphere. You may have heard that there is never enough, that people cannot be trusted, that success always creates trouble, or that those who have more must have taken it from someone else. You may have heard that wanting comfort is shallow, that asking for fair payment is selfish, or that a good person should be satisfied with very little. These statements can create inner conflict. One part of you may want greater ease. Another part may fear what greater ease would say about you. One part may want to grow. Another part may fear leaving familiar people behind. One part may want to accept an opportunity. Another part may worry that success will bring judgment, pressure, or distance. This conflict can make you stop yourself without realizing it. You may delay sending the message. You may avoid making the request. You may remain in an arrangement that no longer respects you. You may decide an opportunity is impossible before gathering enough information. You may call fear realism because realism feels more respectable. You may tell yourself that you are waiting for the right time while quietly hoping someone else will make the decision for you. Again, this is not a reason for shame. It is a reason for tenderness. The mind often chooses familiarity before it chooses possibility. Even an uncomfortable pattern can feel safer than an unfamiliar improvement. At least the old pattern is known. At least you understand how to survive inside it. A healthier experience may require new skills. It may require clearer communication. It may require being visible. It may require accepting that not everyone will understand your choices. It may require believing that you can learn as you go. You do not need to become fearless tonight. You only need to become a little more willing to see where fear has been speaking for you. You can listen without obeying every sentence. See, you can hear the concern and still gather more information. You can feel uncertainty and still take a careful step. You can respect caution without making caution the leader of your entire life. The earning-only story may also appear in the way you treat rest. You may feel that sleep must be deserved. You may stay awake because there is always one more task that could be completed. You may bring work into bed through thoughts, messages, planning, or quiet self-criticism. Even when the body is lying down, part of you remains at attention. You may believe rest is useful only because it helps you work again. You may forget that rest has value beyond productivity. Your body is not a machine that must justify every period of stillness through future output. Your mind is not a tool that should remain active until it stops functioning well. You are a living person, and restoration is part of being alive. Tonight does not need to become another project. You do not have to perform relaxation correctly. You do not have to reach a perfect state. You do not have to control every thought that appears. A thought may pass through. A concern may return. A plan may present itself. You can acknowledge it and let it wait. The issue does not become less important because you rest. You become more able to meet it because you rest. There is strength in refusing to make every hour an emergency. There is wisdom in knowing when no more can be solved tonight. There is dignity in letting the body recover without apology. You may have spent years trying to become the kind of person who never needs anything. You may have admired independence so deeply that you began to confuse it with isolation. You may have believed the strongest person is the one who asks for the least, feels the least, and carries the most. True strength has room for connection. It has room for honest limits. It has room for learning. It has room for assistance. It has room for the sentence, "I cannot do all of this alone." That sentence is not defeat. It is accurate self-awareness. Every meaningful life is supported by more than one person. Food is grown, carried, prepared, and sold through many hands. Homes are built through shared knowledge. Skills are taught. Roads are maintained. Ideas are exchanged. Care travels from person to person in ways that are easy to overlook. No one is entirely self-made. Your effort matters. Other people's effort matters too. There is no weakness in participating in that human exchange. You have contributed in ways you may not count. You have listened. You have worked. You have encouraged. You have solved problems. You have made someone's day easier. You have given time, patience, attention, knowledge, and care. You have offered things that cannot be measured only by a price. The part of you that fears being a burden may forget all of this. It may remember every time you needed something and ignore every time you helped. It may keep a detailed record of what you accepted and a very small record of what you gave. The record has not been complete. Your life includes contribution. Your life includes value. Your life includes moments when your presence mattered. You do not need to exaggerate this. You only need to stop erasing it. Worth before wallet means that your value is not waiting for a financial condition to become true. It means your dignity remains when circumstances change. It means an unexpected expense cannot remove your right to self-respect. It means a period of lower income cannot make you less human. It means a mistake cannot cancel your capacity to learn. It means another person's success does not prove your failure. It means you do not need to compare the hidden details of your life with the visible results of someone else's life. Comparison often uses incomplete information. You see what another person has reached. You may not see what they inherited, what support they received, what timing helped them, what risks they took, what challenges they hide, or what costs came with the result. Then you compare their visible outcome with your private struggle. This comparison cannot be fair because the information is not complete. You are allowed to return to your own path. You are allowed to measure progress in ways that fit your actual life. Perhaps progress is asking one clear question. Perhaps it is opening a letter you have avoided. Perhaps it is writing down what is true without exaggerating it. Perhaps it is choosing not to make a purchase from emotional pressure. Perhaps it is accepting work that respects your time. Perhaps it is declining an arrangement that repeatedly drains you. Perhaps it is learning one practical skill. Perhaps it is resting before making an important decision. Small actions become meaningful when they come from clarity rather than punishment. You do not need to repair your entire relationship with security in one night. You are beginning with the foundation. You are remembering that you deserve respect while learning. You deserve patience while changing. You deserve support while rebuilding. You deserve moments of peace before every problem has been solved. Peace does not need to wait at the end of the process. It can accompany you through the process. It can sit beside a difficult conversation. It can remain present while you study the facts. It can help you ask for guidance. It can help you hear an answer without collapsing into fear. It can help you recognize an opportunity without demanding that it be perfect. Being open to possibility does not mean believing that every possibility will work. It means you no longer reject everything before it has a chance to be understood. It means you let yourself explore. It means you let yourself ask. It means you let yourself consider that support may exist in a form you have not expected. An opportunity may arrive as information. It may arrive as a conversation. It may arrive as a new skill. It may arrive as a request that reveals what you are capable of doing. It may arrive as a person who mentions something at the right moment. It may arrive as the courage to revisit an idea you once dismissed. You do not need to predict the exact form. You do not need to turn possibility into a promise. You are practicing readiness rather than certainty. Readiness says, I will pay attention. Readiness says, I can learn. Readiness says, I can ask whether this fits. Readiness says, I do not have to close myself before I understand what is being offered. This is enough for tonight. A small opening is enough. A softer reaction is enough. One moment without self-judgment is enough. One honest acknowledgement is enough. You may still feel resistance. Part of you may say that these words are too easy. It may say that life is difficult, that responsibilities are real, and that a calmer thought cannot change the facts. That part is correct about one thing. Facts matter. Responsibilities matter. Practical action matters. The purpose of calm is not to deny them. The purpose of calm is to help you meet them without adding unnecessary fear, shame, and self-rejection. When the mind is overwhelmed, every option can look impossible. When the body is steadier, you may see distinctions that panic hides. You may see what must happen now, what can wait, what requires help, what needs more information, and what does not belong to you at all. Calm does not make you careless. It can make you more accurate. Self-respect does not make you passive. It can help you choose actions that protect your future without punishing your present. You are not being asked to pretend that everything is easy. You are being invited to stop using difficulty as evidence that you are undeserving. A hard season is not a moral failure. A delay is not a verdict. A closed path is not proof that every path is closed. A request for help is not a confession of weakness. A need is not a flaw. Tonight, let the earning-only story become less absolute. Let it become one old explanation rather than the final truth. You can work with commitment and still accept support. You can plan carefully and still leave room for an unexpected solution. You can value effort without worshiping exhaustion. You can protect what matters without living in constant alarm. You can be responsible and kind to yourself at the same time. These truths may feel unfamiliar. Unfamiliar does not mean false. Sometimes the body needs repetition before a safer belief feels natural. Sometimes the mind needs evidence. Sometimes trust grows through small experiences rather than powerful declarations. You can begin with small experiences. The next time someone offers a sincere compliment, you can pause before rejecting it. The next time help is offered, you can ask yourself whether accepting would be healthy. The next time an ordinary need arises, you can speak to yourself without insult. The next time you review your situation, you can separate facts from predictions. The next time you feel the urge to decide from fear, you can give yourself one steady breath. These moments may look minor. They are not minor to the part of you that has lived under constant pressure. Each moment teaches the body that another response is possible. Each moment tells the mind that dignity can remain present during uncertainty. Each moment weakens the belief that support must always be refused. For now, you are not required to take action. You are resting. You are listening. You are letting a new understanding exist beside the old one. You do not have to choose between them immediately. The new understanding can remain quiet. It can stay near you without demanding proof. It can remind you that being provided for is not something you must purchase with your pain. It can remind you that your needs do not cancel your strength. It can remind you that a life of contribution may also include moments of being cared for. It can remind you that unexpected help does not always carry a hidden condition. It can remind you that an opportunity can be examined without being feared. It can remind you that your worth came first, before the work, before the numbers, before the approval, before the success, before the mistake, before the lesson, before the effort to become acceptable. Your worth came first. Let that truth remain near the surface of your mind as the night becomes quieter. You do not need to force it deeper. You do not need to repeat it perfectly. You do not need to feel convinced. For now, it is enough that you have heard it. There is a difference between having a need and becoming the need. A temporary lack can become so loud that it begins to speak as though it is your whole identity. A difficult month can become, I am always behind. A delayed answer can become, nothing ever works for me. One closed door can become, there are no opportunities for someone like me. The mind often turns a moment into a lifelong sentence. It does this because certainty can feel safer than uncertainty, even when the certainty is painful. Saying that nothing will change can feel easier than standing inside the unknown. Expecting disappointment can feel like protection from surprise. Deciding that support will not come can seem safer than risking hope. Still, a painful prediction is not the same as truth. You are not every fear that passes through your mind. You are not the lowest number you have seen. You are not the bill that has not yet been solved. You are not the opportunity that did not choose you. You are not the answer that arrived too late. You are not the season that asked more of you than you felt ready to give. These are parts of your experience. They are not the whole of you. Your identity is larger than the circumstances you are trying to understand. There are qualities in you that cannot be seen on a statement. There is patience you have practiced when no one noticed. There is courage you used quietly. There is knowledge you built through mistakes. There is strength you discovered because you had no other choice at the time. You may overlook these things because they do not always produce immediate visible results. A calmer response may not appear as a number. A boundary may not be praised. A difficult conversation may not create instant ease. Learning to ask for help may not look impressive from the outside. Yet these changes matter. They affect the choices you make next. They affect what you are willing to consider. They affect the way you speak when an opportunity appears. They affect whether you remain hidden or let your abilities be known. Worth before wallet does not mean ignoring finances. It means refusing to use finances as the sole evidence of your value. You can care about stability without making stability the price of self-respect. You can want improvement without treating the present version of your life as shameful. You can work toward more without calling today's reality a failure. There is a quiet cruelty in believing you will be kind to yourself only after everything improves. It creates a condition that keeps moving. When one problem is solved, another condition appears. When one goal is reached, a higher standard is created. When one need is met, the mind says it should have happened sooner. Self-respect becomes delayed again. You can interrupt that delay. You can begin treating yourself with dignity before the outcome is complete. You can speak to yourself as someone who is learning. You can give yourself the same patience you would offer a person you love. You can recognize effort without pretending that effort alone solves every problem. You can acknowledge fear without letting it direct every movement. This changes the emotional ground from which your decisions grow. A decision made from humiliation often seeks quick relief. A decision made from panic may ignore important detail. A decision made from comparison may follow a path that does not fit. A decision made from self-respect can move more slowly. It can ask better questions. It can tolerate the discomfort of not having an immediate answer. It can choose what is sustainable instead of what creates temporary escape. Your inner condition does not control everything that happens. It does affect how you meet what happens. It affects whether you recognize your options. It affects whether you speak clearly. It affects whether you keep returning to situations that repeat the same harm. It affects whether you believe you are permitted to seek something better. For some people, deserving feels like a dangerous idea. They hear the word and imagine entitlement. They imagine taking without contributing. They imagine expecting life to become easy without effort. That is not what deserving means here. Deserving means you are entitled to basic human dignity. It means you do not have to injure yourself emotionally to prove responsibility. It means mistakes do not remove your right to care. It means you can pursue change without using hatred as motivation. It means support can be accepted when it is healthy and freely offered. It means you can participate in a fair exchange without apologizing for having needs. You do not become more useful by believing less of yourself. You do not become more generous by refusing every good thing. You do not become more responsible by remaining frightened. A person who feels secure enough to think clearly can often contribute with greater steadiness. A person who is not constantly defending against shame can listen more fully. A person who can accept help may have more strength to offer help later. This is not selfishness. It is circulation. You have seen circulation in many forms. A kind word is given and later repeated to someone else. A lesson is learned and then taught. A meal is shared and becomes a memory of care. A useful tool is borrowed and returned in better condition. A skill passes from one pair of hands to another. Support does not always end with the person who first accepts it. Sometimes what reaches you becomes part of what you later give. You may not yet know how. You may not need to know tonight. It is enough to understand that accepting does not make you the end of the path. You can be one part of a longer movement. This is where another image begins to form. Imagine a small room where seeds are kept. The room does not need to be large. It may be simple. There may be wooden shelves along the walls. Small packets are arranged in rows. Each packet holds something that does not yet look like much. A seed is quiet. It does not announce what it can become. It does not look like a garden. It does not carry the color of the flower on its surface. It does not show the height of the plant, the shape of the leaves, or the food it may one day produce. It looks small. It looks ordinary. It may fit between two fingers. Someone who does not understand it could mistake it for almost nothing. Yet within it is a pattern. There is direction. There is stored possibility. There is a future that cannot be seen by looking only at the outer shell. The seed library keeps these small possibilities safe. People come when the season is right. They choose a packet. They do not need to own the entire library. They do not need to carry every variety. They take what they are prepared to tend. The packet may be borrowed in spring. The person carries it home. The seed does not arrive as a finished harvest. It arrives as a beginning. This matters. An opportunity often comes as a beginning, not a result. Support may arrive as something that still needs your participation. A conversation may open a path, but you still have to walk it. A lesson may show you a skill, but you still have to practice it. An introduction may connect you with someone, but you still have to speak. An idea may become clear, but you still have to give it time and effort. The seed library does not promise that every seed will grow perfectly. It offers a possibility that can be tended. The borrower understands this. They do not stand at the door demanding a full basket before accepting the packet. They do not reject the seed because it is not yet a flower. They understand the form in which the possibility has arrived. Perhaps this is one place where the old earning story becomes confused. It expects every form of support to arrive complete. It says that if you still have to participate, then no support was given. It says that if a path requires learning, then the opportunity was not real. It says that if growth takes time, then nothing has happened. Yet the seed has happened. The beginning has happened. The possibility has entered your hands. You may have had beginnings that you did not count because they were too small. A name someone mentioned, a sentence you heard, a skill you became curious about, a book you found, a task you were asked to try, a moment when someone trusted your ability before you trusted it yourself, a small improvement in confidence, a question you finally decided to ask. These may have been packets in your hands. They may not have looked dramatic. They may not have felt like a turning point. Still, something was offered. You may have planted some of it. You may have placed some of it on a shelf. You may have forgotten where some packets came from. This is not a reason for regret. Not every season is right for every seed. Sometimes you do not have enough time. Sometimes you do not have the right conditions. Sometimes the ground needs preparation. Sometimes you're recovering from a difficult season and cannot tend something new. Wisdom includes timing. Openness does not mean saying yes to everything. It means you can look at what is offered without immediately declaring that it is useless. It means you can ask whether this is yours to tend now, later, or not at all. The person who borrows from the seed library has a relationship with patience. They do not bury the seed and dig it up the next morning to see whether it has succeeded. They do not accuse the ground of failure because the surface remains still. They understand that much of the first work happens where no one can see it. The outer appearance may not change immediately. Below the surface, something may soften. A shell may open. A first small root may search downward. A new direction may begin in darkness. You have experienced inner changes like this. You may have heard a helpful truth many times before it reached you differently. You may have practiced a boundary in your mind before speaking it aloud. You may have imagined a new choice long before you were ready to make it. From the outside, nothing seemed to be happening. Inside, the shell was changing. You may be in such a season now. You may be judging yourself because the visible result has not appeared. You may believe the work has failed because you still feel afraid. You may think a new belief is not taking root because an old reaction continues to return. Old reactions can return while new understanding grows. The presence of fear does not prove the absence of change. The presence of doubt does not mean the seed is dead. Growth often begins quietly. A person may become ready before they become confident. A person may take one careful step while still feeling uncertain. A person may speak more clearly even though the voice shakes. A person may accept one form of help while another part remains uncomfortable. These are signs of movement. They may not be the full garden. They are not nothing. The borrower prepares the soil. They clear what would compete with the new growth. They loosen what has become hard. They make room for air and water. They do not shame the ground for its condition. They work with what is there. Your inner ground also carries history. Some areas may feel open. Others may feel hard from years of protection. Some beliefs may soften quickly. Others may remain firm because they were repeated during difficult time. You do not need to attack the hard places. You can work with them. You can bring attention rather than force. You can bring repetition rather than criticism. You can create small spaces where another belief can enter. A hard piece of ground is not bad. It may have been pressed by many seasons. It may have been walked over. It may have gone without care. It may have protected what was underneath. With time, it can change. The scarcity echo often treats hardness as identity. It says, "This is just how I am." It says, "I have never been able to accept help." It says, "I always expect the worst." It says, "I cannot change the way I think." These statements turn a condition into a permanent nature. A more accurate sentence might be, "This is the response I learned." A more compassionate sentence might be, "This part of me has been protecting something." A more open sentence might be, "I am practicing another response." The new sentence leaves room. It does not deny the old pattern. It does not declare immediate victory. It creates a place where something else can grow. The borrower does not control the weather. This is another important truth. They can prepare the ground. They can place the seed. They can water. They can protect the young growth when possible. Still, some conditions remain outside their control. This does not make their care meaningless. It teaches the difference between participation and control. You are responsible for your participation. You are not responsible for controlling every condition. You can prepare for a conversation. You cannot control every response. You can submit your work. You cannot control every decision made by another person. You can learn. You cannot control exactly when the right opening will appear. You can make a clear request. You cannot control whether every person understands it. The anxious mind may call this uncertainty unsafe. The wiser mind may call it reality. There is relief in knowing which part belongs to you. Your part may be smaller than the mind has imagined. Your part may be to gather information. Your part may be to ask one person. Your part may be to practice one skill. Your part may be to review one agreement. Your part may be to rest before choosing. Your part may be to admit that the current way is not working. You do not need to perform the weather's work. You do not need to pull the plant upward. You do not need to create the whole season. You tend what is yours. You release what is not. This does not mean becoming careless. The borrower returns to the garden. They pay attention. They see whether the soil is dry. They notice what needs support. They respond when something changes. Their patience is active. It is not abandonment. There is a difference between patience and avoidance. Patience stays connected to what matters. Avoidance turns away because the feeling is uncomfortable. Patience says, I will give this time while continuing the care I can provide. Avoidance says, I will pretend this does not exist. You can learn to recognize the difference. A quiet mind may help. Self-honesty may help. Trusted guidance may help. You are not expected to know everything alone. The seed library itself exists because knowledge is shared. Someone learned how to gather seeds. Someone learned how to dry them. Someone labeled the packets. Someone kept track of varieties. Someone created a place where others could borrow. The whole system depends on participation. There is no shame in using a system built to help people grow. There is no shame in accepting knowledge that someone else developed. There is no shame in beginning with what another person has preserved. You do not have to invent every solution. You do not have to discover every lesson through hardship. You are permitted to learn from people who have walked through similar ground. You are permitted to use tools. You are permitted to ask how something works. You are permitted to admit that a subject is new to you. The fear of appearing uninformed can keep a person uninformed longer. The wish to seem independent can create unnecessary isolation. A beginner is not a failure. A beginner is someone who has started. The library does not laugh at the person who comes for their first packet. The shelf does not demand proof that they already know how to grow the plant. The packet may include instructions. The community may include people who can answer questions. Knowledge becomes part of the offering. Perhaps you have believed that needing instructions means you do not belong. It may mean only that you are at the beginning of this particular lesson. You have been a beginner before. You learned words, you learned movement, you learned tools, you learned work. You learned how to solve problems you once did not understand. Some learning was difficult. Some came through repetition. Some came because someone showed you. The fact that you need guidance now does not erase everything you already know. You are allowed to be skilled in one area and uncertain in another. You are allowed to ask. You are allowed to grow. Spring in the seed library is not the whole story. The packet is borrowed with the understanding that time will pass. The seed will become a plant. The plant may create more seeds. What was once one packet may become enough to return to. This is the quiet interest of the garden. The library does not ask the borrower to return what they do not have on the first day. It does not hand them one packet and demand two before they leave the room. It understands increase as a process. This may be very different from the way you have treated yourself. You may expect yourself to repay every kindness immediately. Someone helps you, and you begin searching for a way to balance the exchange before the help has fully reached you. Someone gives you time, and you become uncomfortable. Someone offers knowledge, and you feel you must prove your value at once. You may not let the gift enter the soil. You rush to return it before it has had any chance to grow. This can make support feel exhausting. Every kind act becomes another responsibility. Every gift becomes a debt. Every opportunity becomes pressure to produce immediate proof. The seed library offers another rhythm. Borrow in spring. Tend through the season. Return in autumn. There is time between accepting and giving back. There is room for growth. There is room for learning. There is room for care. There is room for the original gift to become more through your participation. This does not mean every exchange must be repaid directly. Sometimes what you receive from one person is later given to someone else. A teacher may never need the lesson returned. A stranger's kindness may travel forward. Advice that helped you may become advice you share years later. The path may not be straight. Still, the movement continues. You are not required to settle every exchange immediately. You can let a sincere gift remain a gift. You can let help do its work. You can let knowledge become part of you before trying to prove that you deserved it. You can let support create strength. Later, that strength may express itself naturally. You may help someone because you are able, not because you are trying to erase a debt. You may share what you learned because it has become useful. You may contribute from fullness rather than fear. The old story says that you must give before you can be given to. The seed library shows that sometimes you are given something first so that you can grow what will later be shared. This does not remove effort. It places effort inside relationship. The packet came from somewhere. The instructions came from somewhere. The shelf was maintained by someone. Your tending joins the work that others began. Your harvest may support people you will never meet. This is a wider understanding of prosperity. It is not only accumulation, it is access, it is knowledge, it is timing, it is enough space to grow something. It is the presence of people who preserve what matters. It is the freedom to borrow a beginning. It is the ability to return more than was originally placed in your hands. It is support moving through a community. It is a garden that exists because no one person kept every seed. This wider view may help the nervous system breathe. It does not place all security inside one number. It does not deny the importance of practical resources. It remembers that a full life is also supported by skills, relationships, information, time, health, creativity, and mutual care. A person may have a useful idea before they have the means to develop it. A conversation may connect the idea with knowledge. Knowledge may connect it with action. Action may lead to another conversation. The path grows through many forms of support. You do not need to know every step from the beginning. The person who borrows the packet does not need to see autumn while standing in spring. They need only to understand the next act of care. What is your next act of care? Not the entire answer, not the final harvest, only the next act. It may be a practical act. It may be an emotional act. It may be an act of rest. It may be an act of honesty. It may be opening yourself to the possibility that you do not have to do everything in the hardest possible way. Some people distrust ease because they think ease removes value. The garden does not agree. A plant reaching toward light is not lazy. A root moving toward water is not cheating. The seed does not reject good soil to prove strength. It uses the conditions that help it grow. You are also permitted to use supportive conditions. You are permitted to choose a clear path over a confusing one. You are permitted to choose a respectful exchange over an exploitative one. You are permitted to learn a method that saves time. You are permitted to accept guidance that prevents avoidable mistakes. You are permitted to build a life that does not require constant strain. Ease is not always available. When it is available and healthy, you do not need to refuse it to prove your character. There may be a part of you that still says, good things should be difficult. You can answer, some growth requires effort, and effort does not need to become suffering. There may be a part that says, if I accept help, I will owe too much. You can answer, I can accept clear, healthy support without surrendering my boundaries. There may be a part that says, I must know the full result before I begin. You can answer, I can tend one beginning without controlling the whole season. There may be a part that says, what I have is too small to matter. You can answer, a seed can be small and still carry direction. These responses do not force the fearful part to disappear. They offer it another way to understand the moment. The inner ground changes through contact with a new truth, not once, not perfectly, repeatedly, patiently. You may need to hear that a small beginning counts many times before you believe it. You may need to practice accepting one kind gesture many times before your body stops preparing for a hidden cost. You may need to ask for fair treatment more than once before the request feels natural. This is not failure. It is cultivation. You would not shame a new plant for needing water again. You would not tell it that yesterday's care should have been enough forever. You would understand that living things need continued support. Your inner life also needs continued support. One peaceful night is meaningful. It may not remove every old belief. One clear choice is meaningful. It may not solve every condition. One opportunity is meaningful. It may not become the final answer. You are building a different relationship with beginnings. You are learning to see them. You are learning not to reject them for being incomplete. You are learning that a beginning does not have to impress you to matter. This night may be such a beginning. Nothing dramatic is required. No promise is being made. No certainty is being demanded. You are placing one small possibility into prepared ground. The possibility is this: support may be safe in forms you can evaluate. Opportunity may arrive in forms you can learn to recognize. Your life may include exchanges where what is given becomes greater through care. You do not have to prove this tonight. You can let it rest in the soil. You can let the mind become quiet around it. You can let the body stop digging for immediate evidence. The season has only begun. A beginning asks for care before it offers evidence. This can be difficult for the part of you that has learned to trust only what is already complete. That part wants proof before participation. It wants the harvest before the planting. It wants certainty before the first step. It wants to know that no time, effort, hope, or attention will be wasted. This desire is understandable. You may have invested energy before and seen little return. You may have trusted someone who did not treat that trust carefully. You may have accepted an offer that created confusion instead of support. You may have followed advice that did not fit your life. Disappointment can make the mind demand guarantees. It can say, "Show me the whole garden before I touch the packet." It can say, "Prove that nothing will go wrong." It can say, "Tell me exactly what this will become." Yet many worthwhile things cannot be known in that way. A beginning carries information, but not the full outcome. It shows direction. It shows possibility. It gives you something real to work with. You can evaluate it without pretending to control it. You can ask whether the seed fits the soil you have. You can ask whether you have the time and resources to tend it. You can ask whether the instructions are clear. You can ask whether the exchange respects your limits. Discernment belongs in the garden. It is not the enemy of openness. The person who enters the seed library does not take every packet from every shelf. They do not choose only because the picture is beautiful. They look at the season. They consider the space. They read what the plant needs. They choose what they can tend with care. You can approach opportunity in the same way. You do not have to accept every invitation. You do not have to trust every promise. You do not have to follow every suggestion. You do not have to force yourself into a path because someone else is excited about it. You can pause. You can gather facts. You can listen to the body. You can ask whether the offer is clear or rushed. You can ask whether it honors your time. You can ask whether you are being pressured to ignore concerns. You can ask whether the next step is reasonable. Healthy opportunity does not require you to abandon your judgment. Healthy support does not punish thoughtful questions. A clear exchange can survive clarity. You are permitted to understand what you are agreeing to. You are permitted to take enough time to decide. You are permitted to say no. You are permitted to say not now. You are permitted to ask for the details in writing. You are permitted to consult someone trustworthy. You are permitted to notice when an offer depends on fear, urgency, secrecy, or shame. Openness does not require naivety. It asks for presence. It asks you to see what is actually here rather than what fear assumes or hope invents. A seed packet is not a guarantee. It is also not nothing. It can be held honestly. It can be examined. It can be tended. This middle ground may be new for you. You may have moved between two extremes. You may have distrusted everything and closed the door. Or you may have felt pressure to accept quickly because you feared another chance would never appear. Scarcity can speak in both directions. It can say, nothing good is safe. It can also say, take this now, or you will never have another chance. Both voices create pressure. Neither voice creates clarity. You are learning a different rhythm. You can be hopeful without becoming hurried. You can be cautious without becoming closed. You can welcome possibility without surrendering your boundaries. You can let your choices come from steadiness. The seed library is quiet. No packet chases the borrower. No shelf shouts. No label insists that this is the final chance. The room offers information. The borrower chooses. There is dignity in that exchange. Imagine standing near the shelves. You can see the packets arranged in small groups. Some contain herbs, some contain flowers, some hold the beginning of food that may nourish a table later in the year. Each packet has its own needs. One plant may grow quickly. Another may need a longer season. One may thrive in open light. Another may prefer a softer place. The value of one does not make the other less valuable. Their conditions are different. Your life also has conditions that matter. The pace that works for another person may not fit you. The risk another person can take may not be wise for you. The amount of time another person has may not match your responsibilities. Their season is not your instruction. You can learn from others without copying them. You can admire a result without forcing yourself into the same path. You can let another person's success show that possibility exists without turning it into evidence that you are late. Seeds do not compare themselves on the shelf. The packet borrowed in early spring does not shame the one that must wait for warmer ground. The plant that grows close to the soil does not fail because another grows tall. Each follows its own design and responds to the conditions around it. Comparison asks you to ignore design. It asks you to ignore timing. It asks you to ignore support, history, responsibility, and circumstance. Then it turns the difference into a judgment. You can step away from that judgment. You can ask a better question. Not, why am I not where they are? But, what can I tend well from where I am? This question returns power to you. It does not deny difficulty. It does not pretend all conditions are equal. It looks for the next place where your care can matter. Perhaps there is one skill you can strengthen. Perhaps there is one connection you can renew. Perhaps there is one idea that deserves a clearer plan. Perhaps there is one habit that drains time without giving anything back. Perhaps there is one conversation you have postponed. Perhaps there is one form of assistance you could explore. The next step may be small because small is appropriate. A packet is small because it is meant to be carried. It is not small because it is meaningless. You have sometimes judged the beginning by the size of the result you want. The distance between them may have made the beginning seem foolish. You may have thought, what difference will one action make? One action may not finish the work. It may make the next action possible. A seed does not become a garden in one movement. It opens, it roots, it reaches, it strengthens, it produces. Each stage prepares for another. Your effort can unfold in stages too. You do not need the strength for autumn while standing at the beginning of spring. You need enough strength for the care that belongs to today. This is a kinder way to build. It gives your mind a task it can understand. It gives your body room to remain present. It reduces the pressure to solve everything in one dramatic act. There may be areas of your life where you have been waiting for a dramatic answer. You may imagine that one opportunity must repair every difficulty. You may place so much weight on one application, one conversation, one decision, or one relationship that the possibility becomes frightening. The seed library holds many packets. This matters. No single seed has to become the entire future. No single opening has to carry every need. No single person has to provide every form of help. A life can be supported through many small sources. One lesson here, one connection there, one idea that grows slowly, one habit that protects what you already have, one boundary that prevents a repeated loss, one practical plan that gives the next month more structure. The old story may search for rescue. The new agreement looks for participation, connection, and steady growth. Rescue says, something must come and do everything for me. Isolation says, I must do everything alone. Participation says, I will do my part and I will remain open to healthy support. This middle place is strong. It respects your effort. It respects the contribution of others. It makes room for help without making you powerless. You are not powerless when you accept a useful beginning. You are choosing how to respond to what has been placed in your hands. The borrower takes the packet home. The library does not follow them into the garden. The instructions may guide, but the tending becomes personal. The borrower observes the soil. They decide where the packet belongs. They make space. They place the seed at the right depth. They cover it. Then they water without flooding. This is measured care. Too little attention can leave a beginning unsupported. Too much pressure can also harm it. You may know what it is to flood a new possibility with anxiety. A small idea appears, and the mind immediately demands a complete plan. A conversation goes well, and the mind starts predicting every future stage. A new habit begins, and you expect perfect consistency. A person offers help, and you begin wondering how long it will last. The beginning becomes overwhelmed by what has not happened yet. You can practice measured care. You can give the next step what it needs. You can leave the rest in its own time. A small amount of water given consistently can be more useful than a sudden flood. A small amount of attention given with patience can build something more reliable than a burst of pressure followed by exhaustion. This is true in learning. It is true in planning. It is true in rebuilding confidence. It is true in changing the way you respond to support. You do not have to become entirely comfortable with accepting help tonight. You can become 1 degree less defensive. You do not have to understand every future opportunity. You can become more willing to examine the next one carefully. You do not have to silence every scarcity thought. You can stop treating every one of them as a command. A small shift repeated becomes part of the inner climate. The seed responds to the climate around it. Your beliefs also respond to what surrounds them. What do you repeatedly hear? What do you repeatedly say? What do you repeatedly expect? What do you repeatedly practice when something kind is offered? If the old response has been, I do not need anything, a new response may begin with, let me consider that. If the old response has been, this will never work, a new response may be, I do not know yet. If the old response has been, I should already know how, A new response may be, I can learn. These sentences are not dramatic. They loosen the ground. They make room. They do not force a belief you cannot yet hold. They create enough space for another possibility to enter. The mind may accept willingness before it accepts certainty. Willingness is often a wise beginning. You may not yet believe that support can feel natural. You may be willing to learn what safe support looks like. You may not yet believe that opportunity is available to you. You may be willing to stop rejecting every beginning before it is understood. You may not yet believe you can make calm decisions. You may be willing to pause before acting from panic. This willingness is not weak. It is the opening of the shell. Something that was closed begins to respond. The shell does not open because it has been insulted. It opens because the conditions become suitable. Your guarded places may also respond to suitable conditions. Clear information, respectful communication, enough time, healthy boundaries, compassionate repetition, practical guidance, rest. These conditions can help you become more available to life without making you less protected. Protection does not always need to look like refusal. Sometimes protection looks like discernment. Sometimes it looks like pacing. Sometimes it looks like saying yes to one part and no to another. Sometimes it looks like accepting help while keeping a clear agreement. Sometimes it looks like asking what happens next. You can be open and protected. You can be hopeful and grounded. You can be generous and boundaried. You can be supported and responsible. These qualities are not opposites. They can grow together. The person tending the seed returns regularly. They do not wait for a crisis before paying attention. They build a relationship with the garden. This may be another change available to you. You may have learned to look at your practical life only when fear becomes intense. You may avoid information until the pressure is too high to ignore. Then the mind is asked to make decisions while the body is alarmed. A calmer rhythm can be created. You can review what matters before it becomes an emergency. You can gather information while there is still room to think. You can make small adjustments. You can ask for guidance earlier. You can treat practical care as an act of respect rather than punishment. The garden is not inspected because it is distrusted. It is visited because it is valued. Your life deserves that kind of attention. Not obsessive attention, not fearful attention, steady attention. You can look at what is true. You can name what needs care. You can acknowledge what is already working. You can make one thoughtful change. This is different from checking the same number repeatedly without a plan. It is different from reviewing the same fear in the middle of the night. Steady attention has purpose. It leads toward action, understanding, or a clear decision to wait. Fear circles, care moves. You are learning to recognize the difference. The seedling eventually becomes visible. A a small green shape rises through the surface. The change that was hidden can now be seen. This moment may seem sudden, but it was prepared by many unseen movements. You may also experience progress that appears sudden to others. They may see the conversation you finally had. They may see the opportunity you accepted. They may see the new work, the stronger boundary, or the clearer decision. They may not see the nights when you questioned an old belief. They may not see the quiet practice. They may not see the help you accepted. They may not see how many times you almost returned to the old response. Visible change has invisible roots. You do not need to explain every root. You do not need to prove that your progress was difficult enough. You do not need to minimize the result because someone else did not witness the process. You can let growth be seen. This may be uncomfortable. Visibility can awaken old fears. You may worry that people will expect more. You may worry that they will judge the change. You may worry that success will disturb relationships built around the earlier version of you. You may worry that being seen will create pressure to remain perfect. A plant becoming visible does not promise perfection. It shows life. Your progress does not promise that you will never struggle again. It shows that movement is possible. You are permitted to let progress exist without demanding that it become permanent proof of anything. A good month can be a good month. A helpful conversation can be a helpful conversation. A successful step can be honored without forcing it to guarantee the future. This protects you from another form of pressure. Sometimes people fear good moments because they are already imagining their loss. Relief arrives and the mind says, "Do not become comfortable." Support arrives and the mind says, "Do not depend on this." A door opens and the mind says, "It will probably close." This vigilance can prevent you from experiencing what is actually present. You do not have to predict permanence in order to accept today's help. You can appreciate what is here now. You can use it wisely. You can let it strengthen you. The seedling may need support as it grows. A small stake may be placed beside it. A loose tie may hold it upright without restricting it. Support does not replace the plant's own growth. It helps the plant withstand conditions while its stem becomes stronger. Healthy human support can work this way. A mentor does not live your life. A qualified advisor does not make every decision for you. A friend does not remove every responsibility. A clear system does not replace your judgment. Support can help you remain upright while your own capacity develops. You are not less capable because a helpful structure exists. The structure may help your capacity become us, able. The old story may tell you that needing structure proves weakness. The garden shows otherwise. A young plant supported at the right time may later stand on its own. A person who receives guidance can later guide themselves more clearly. A person who uses a plan can build confidence through following it. A person who asks for help may learn how to meet a similar situation in the future. Support can become skill. Skill can become confidence. confidence can become contribution. This is how the original packet begins to multiply, not through pressure, through care. The plant matures. It creates what it was designed to create. Some plants produce food, some create color, some feed pollinators, some enrich the soil. Their contribution takes different forms. Your contribution also takes different forms. You may contribute through paid work. You may contribute through care. You may contribute through problem solving. You may contribute through reliability, creativity, repair, teaching, listening, organizing, or encouragement. Not every useful thing is measured in the same way. Still, fair exchange matters. The fact that value takes many forms does not mean your time should be treated as endless. It does not mean others may demand your skill without respect. It does not mean care should always be unpaid or invisible. A wider view of value includes clearer recognition. You can honor what cannot be priced and still ask for fair compensation where compensation is appropriate. You can give freely when you truly choose to give. You can charge fairly when the exchange is work. You can distinguish a gift from an obligation. You can distinguish service from self-erasure. This clarity protects generosity. When giving is always forced, it becomes resentment. When giving is chosen, it can remain warm. The seed library does not empty one person's garden for everyone else. It invites each participant to borrow, tend, and return according to the shared agreement. The system works because contribution is distributed. You are not required to become the source of everything for everyone. You can participate without carrying the whole community. You can give what is appropriate. You can keep what is needed for your own continued growth. The plant does not return every seed. Some are saved for the next season. Some are used in the household. Some remain part of the living cycle of the garden. Returning 2 packets does not require destroying the source. This is an important lesson for the part of you that gives until nothing remains. Sustainable giving leaves enough for the giver to continue living. You are permitted to keep enough energy for yourself. You are permitted to protect time needed for rest. You are permitted to maintain what supports your household. You are permitted to say that your capacity has been reached. A person who never keeps seed for the next season eventually has nothing left to plant. This is not noble. It is unsustainable. You can see hangs the way you define generosity. Generosity can include wisdom. It can include timing. It can include limits. It can include the sentence, "I cannot offer that, but this is what I can offer." It can include directing someone toward another source. It can include resting so that your future contribution remains possible. The new agreement is beginning to take shape. It is not an agreement to expect effortless results. It is not an agreement to ignore reality. It is not an agreement to trust every offer. It is an agreement to stop treating support as a threat before it has been understood. It is an agreement to stop believing that only painful effort has value. It is an agreement to recognize small beginnings. It is an agreement to tend what fits. It is an agreement to accept that what reaches you can grow through your care. Here is the line that gathers this agreement into one place. I welcome supportive opportunities and tend them into shared prosperity. Let the words remain near you. You do not need to force them. You may hear one part more clearly than another. Perhaps the word welcome feels difficult. Perhaps support feels difficult. Perhaps opportunity feels distant. Perhaps the idea of shared increase feels more natural than receiving something for yourself. You can let the sentence meet you where you are. I welcome supportive opportunities and tend them into shared prosperity. This does not promise that every opening will succeed. It does not claim that life will become predictable. It describes a posture. You welcome what is healthy. You examine what appears. You care for what fits. You let growth benefit more than fear. Once more, with less effort, I welcome supportive opportunities and tend them into shared prosperity. You may not yet be ready to say the full sentence inwardly. A smaller line is available. I am willing to recognize safe support. This is enough. Willingness is enough for tonight. You are not being tested. You are not required to believe faster than your experience can hold. You are practicing a receiving posture that includes wisdom. Someone may offer something kind. You can pause. You can breathe. You can ask whether the offer is clear. You can let the answer be yes when yes is true. You can let the answer be no when no is true. You can accept without immediately planning repayment. You can say thank you. You can let the moment complete itself. This may feel unusual. The old habit may rise. It may search for a task to perform. It may say that accepting creates imbalance. You can remind yourself that not every healthy exchange is settled in the same moment. The seed is borrowed in spring. The return comes after growth. You can let time exist between support and contribution. You can let help strengthen you. You can let instruction become understanding. You can let kindness become part of your inner climate. Later, something may grow through you. You do not need to plan that now. The soil does not owe the seed a report on the first night. The seed does not owe the library a harvest before it has opened. You are permitted to be in process. You are permitted to have received something that is still becoming useful. You are permitted to rest before the next act of care. Tonight, the packet has been placed in your hands. It is small. It is quiet. It asks for no performance. It carries one new possibility. Support can reach you without reducing you. Opportunity can ask for your participation without demanding your exhaustion. What you accept with wisdom can become something you later share from strength. For now, let that possibility remain covered by the soft soil of rest. You do not need to check whether it has opened. You do not need to search for proof. You have tended enough for this moment. The unseen work can continue in quiet. The unseen work does not need your supervision tonight. You have placed enough attention on the fear. You have examined the old rules. You have named the pressure to earn every kindness, repay every gift, predict every outcome, and carry every responsibility alone. Now the mind can begin turning toward what has already supported you. This does not mean pretending your difficulties are small. It does not mean overlooking what still needs care. It means giving equal attention to the parts of life that fear often leaves out. Fear creates a narrow picture. It focuses on what is missing. It repeats what is uncertain. It searches for what may fail. It counts every delay. It studies every closed door. Then it says the picture is complete. The picture is not complete. You are breathing now. Your body has carried you through this day. You have reached this quiet place. You have survived moments that once seemed too large. You have learned things you did not know before. You have found ways to continue. Some form of shelter has held you. Some form of nourishment has reached you. Some person has helped you at least once. Some piece of knowledge has found its way into your life. Some small opening has appeared when you needed direction. These things may not solve everything. They still belong in the picture. Gratitude is not a demand that you be pleased with every circumstance. It is not a command to smile at pain. It is not a way of silencing honest feelings. It is the practice of recognizing what fear forgot to count. You can be thankful for one thing and concerned about another. You can appreciate today's support while planning tomorrow's action. You can feel relief without denying responsibility. You can acknowledge a difficult season and still see that something has carried you through it. The mind may say that small support does not count because the need is larger. The seed library teaches another lesson. A packet is small. It still counts. A beginning may not fill thee a whole garden. It still matters. One person may not know every answer. Their useful knowledge still has value. One calm decision may not solve the entire situation. It can change the direction of the next step. You are allowed to count what is small. You are allowed to let one good thing be good without asking it to become everything. Perhaps there was a meal you did not have to prepare alone. Perhaps someone answered a question. Perhaps a tool worked when you needed it. Perhaps transport arrived. Perhaps your hands remembered what to do. Perhaps a conversation was kinder than expected. Perhaps you found something you thought had been lost. Perhaps you made one choice that protected your future. Perhaps you said no where you once would have abandoned yourself. Perhaps you said yes where fear once would have closed you. These are not meaningless events. They are signs of participation. They show that life is not made only of problems arriving. It is also made of responses, resources, learning, connection, and repair. The old ledger counted only what was owed. Tonight, another ledger opens. It counts what has helped. It counts what has taught. It counts what has remained. It counts what has grown quietly. It counts the parts of you that did not give up. You may have called your persistence ordinary because it was necessary. It was still persistence. You may have called your courage small because no one applauded. It was still courage. You may have called your effort insufficient because the result is unfinished. It was still effort. You may have called support insignificant because it did not arrive in the form you wanted. It was still support. Let yourself become more accurate. You do not need to exaggerate the good. You only need to stop erasing it. The same hands that have carried worry have also completed tasks. The same mind that has imagined difficulty has also found solutions. The same voice that has criticized you has also asked for information, offered encouragement, and spoken truth. You are not made of one pattern. You contain many responses. The fearful response may have been loud. It is not the only response available. Another response is growing. It recognizes help. It accepts information. It respects limits. It studies opportunities without rushing. It lets a gift arrive before turning it into obligation. It knows that what is received can be tended. This new response may still feel delicate. Treat it as you would treat a young plant. Do not demand that it survive every storm without support. Do not compare it with a belief someone else has practiced for years. Do not criticize it for needing repetition. Return to it. Offer it a little attention. Let it grow stronger through use. The next time someone says something kind, let the words remain for one extra breath. The next time assistance is offered, ask whether acceptance would be healthy. The next time an opening appears, gather facts before fear closes it. The next time you make a practical decision, include your dignity in the calculation. These are acts of cultivation. They may happen quietly. They may happen without anyone noticing. The library does not require an audience. The garden does not need applause. Growth does not become more real because someone else approves of it. You can change privately. You can become steadier without explaining the entire process. You can practice a new response before you feel ready to speak about it. This quiet belongs to you. Let your attention return to the small room of seeds. The shelves are still. The packets wait without pressure. Each one carries the result of an earlier season. Someone planted before you arrived. Someone stayed through the months of care. Someone gathered what matured. Someone saved enough to share. The packet in your hands is evidence of a chain that began before this moment. You are not standing at the beginning of all knowledge. You are joining something already in motion. This can be a relief. You do not have to create every beginning alone. The world contains preserved lessons. It contains people who have learned through experience. It contains methods that have been improved over time. It contains tools shaped by many hands. It contains systems designed to help. Some will fit your life, some will not. You can search with discernment. You can choose without shame. You can accept what is useful. There may be forms of support you have not considered because you believed you should already know the answer. There may be a person whose experience could save you time. There may be a service created for the difficulty you are facing. There may be a simpler way to organize the next step. There may be information that changes how you understand the problem. You do not need to know where every answer is tonight. You can remain willing to look. Willingness keeps the door unlocked. It does not promise what will enter. It does not guarantee when. It creates readiness. The seed packet does not choose the weather. It carries readiness for the right conditions. You can carry readiness too. You can keep your judgment. You can keep your boundaries. You can keep your ability to say no. You can also keep enough openness to recognize a healthy yes. A healthy yes feels different from pressure. It may still include uncertainty. It does not require self-betrayal. It does not demand that you ignore every concern. It does not make you smaller. It does not insist that you hurry beyond your understanding. A healthy yes can breathe. It can ask questions. It can move in stages. It can be reviewed. It can be supported by clear information. You deserve this kind of clarity. You deserve exchanges that respect both sides. You deserve agreements that do not depend on confusion. You deserve to know what is expected. You deserve to state what you can offer. You deserve to protect what must remain protected. This dignity is part of you, a birthright too. Being provided for does not mean surrendering control to whoever offers something. It means recognizing that care can reach you in forms that preserve your agency. You can accept knowledge and still make your own decision. You can accept help and still maintain your limits. You can accept an introduction and still decide whether the path fits. You can accept appreciation without promising more than you can give. The old story confused acceptance with obligation. The new agreement separates them. A gift can be a gift. A fair exchange can be a fair exchange. A request can be considered. An opportunity can be evaluated. A boundary can remain. These distinctions create safety. They help the nervous system understand that openness does not mean losing yourself. You are not opening every gate. You are learning which gate may open wisely. You are not scattering every packet into unprepared ground. You are choosing what can be tended. This is maturity. It is not fear. It is not avoidance. It is respectful participation. The person who borrows seeds may begin with one packet. They do not need to prove commitment by taking 10. They choose one beginning that fits the space they have. You may begin with one area of your life, one conversation, one request, one boundary, one skill, one review, one source of guidance. The mind may say this is too little. The garden says this is how tending begins. One place receives attention. One pattern changes. One result teaches the next step. Over time, knowledge grows. Confidence grows through contact with reality. It does not need to be invented before you begin. You can become confident by doing one manageable thing with care, then another, then another. You can let experience teach you. You can let mistakes become information. You can correct without humiliation. The borrower may plant too deeply one season. They may water too much. They may choose a place with too little light. The lesson does not make them unworthy of the library. They learn. They return. They try again with greater understanding. You are also permitted to learn through imperfect attempts. You do not lose your right to future opportunity because one choice did not work. You do not lose your right to support because you once trusted the wrong source. You do not lose your right to calm because you acted from panic before. You are not permanently defined by the first way you tried. A mistake can become part of your instruction. A delay can reveal what needs preparation. A disappointment can sharpen discernment. A closed path can return your attention to another direction. Not every difficulty contains a hidden gift. Some events are simply painful. You do not need to romanticize them. Still, your response can continue developing after them. You can carry forward knowledge without carrying forward endless punishment. You can let the lesson remain while the shame is released. Shame says, I am the mistake. Learning says, I understand more now. Shame freezes. Learning prepares. The library is built on learning. Every packet contains the result of observation. Someone discovered when to plant. Someone noticed what the soil needed. Someone learned how to collect without damaging the seed. Knowledge was preserved because errors were not treated as the end. You belong in a life where learning remains possible. Nothing about your past removes that possibility. You may have repeated a pattern many times. The next choice can still contain new awareness. You may have ignored your own needs for years. The next agreement can still include them. You may have turned away support many times. The next sincere offer can still be considered differently. You are not required to change the whole past. You are changing the response available now. This moment is enough ground to work with. Return to your breath. It has continued without applause. It has asked for no proof. It has carried oxygen inward and released what the body no longer needs. There is a quiet exchange happening even now. You take in, you let go. You do not apologize for either movement. This natural exchange can teach you. Life does not consist only of giving out. It also includes taking in what sustains you. Breath enters. Food nourishes. Rest restores. Knowledge informs. Kindness steadies. Connection strengthens. You were never designed to give without intake. The belief that you must only provide is not supported by the body itself. The body receives continually. It receives warmth. It receives water. It receives sleep. It receives care. There is no shame in this. Receiving is not a defect in the system. It is part of the system. Perhaps you have been comfortable with physical intake, but uncomfortable with emotional intake. You can eat a meal, but a compliment feels difficult. You can accept water, but assistance feels threatening. You can sleep, but kindness makes you search for a hidden reason. The body may need time to learn that some forms of emotional support can also be safe. You can teach it slowly. A sincere thank you. A clear offer. A respectful conversation. A moment of being listened to. A task shared fairly. Each safe experience becomes new information. You do not need to trust every person. You can let trustworthy moments become evidence that not every exchange repeats the past. The old memory may still speak. You can hear it. You can also look at what is true now. Is the offer clear? Is the person respectful? Are you free to decide? Can you ask questions? Can you maintain your limits? These questions help the present become distinct from the past. They give your nervous system a map. You are not being carried blindly. You are participating consciously. Now let gratitude turn toward your own capacity. You have not only been supported, you have also developed the ability to recognize, choose, tend, and share. You have learned how to work. You have learned how to adapt. You have learned how to notice what is needed. You have learned how to begin again after discouragement. There may be skills you dismiss because they have become familiar. Something can be familiar to you and valuable to someone else. The fact that you can do it easily now may be evidence of long practice. Do not erase your experience because it no longer feels dramatic. The seed keeper may handle packets with ease. That ease was built through repetition. Your steadiness may also be built through repetition. Your ability to solve a practical problem may be valuable. Your ability to remain calm in a difficult moment may be valuable. Your ability to explain, organize, repair, create, comfort, or complete may be valuable. You are not required to turn every ability into paid work. You are invited to stop calling every ability ordinary. Recognition changes posture. When you recognize your skills, you can describe them more clearly. You can make wiser choices about where to offer them. You can ask for fair exchange when fair exchange belongs. You can protect them from people who repeatedly take without respect. Self-recognition is not arrogance. It is accurate accounting. The old ledger listed your flaws in detail. The new ledger includes capacity. It includes effort. It includes learning. It includes resilience. It includes care. It includes the ways you have already helped life grow around you. Perhaps you helped someone understand something. Perhaps you repaired what was broken. Perhaps you made a space more orderly. Perhaps you offered patience when another person was overwhelmed. Perhaps you completed work that others depended on. Perhaps you remained present when leaving would have been easier. These contributions count. You do not need to announce them. You need to stop denying that they happened. The library depends on people who understand that what they return matters. If every borrower said, "My seeds are not important," the shelves would become empty. If every person believed only another person's contribution had value, the shared system would weaken. Your contribution does not need to be the largest. It needs only to be real. You may return 2 packets. Someone else may return another kind. Together, the shelves remain alive. This is a form of shared prosperity that does not depend on one person holding everything. It depends on participation. It depends on trust supported by clear agreements. It depends on people accepting beginnings and later sharing what grew. You can belong to this movement without becoming responsible for all of it. You can take your place, not above, not below, within. You receive something. You tend it. You learn. You contribute in the way that becomes possible. Then the cycle continues beyond you. There is humility in this. There is also dignity. You are neither the source of everything nor excluded from the source. You are part of the circulation. The old story may have placed you outside the room. It may have told you that other people know how to receive, grow, and succeed while you are meant to watch. That story was learned. It is not a law. You are permitted to enter the room. You are permitted to study the shelves. You are permitted to borrow a beginning. You are permitted to ask what it needs. You are permitted to try. The packet does not ask for your history before it can be held. It does not inspect every previous failure. It does not ask whether you have always believed in yourself. It waits for care. You can offer care without perfect confidence. You can act while confidence is still growing. You can begin with willingness. I am willing to recognize safe support. Let this smaller line remain available. It does not ask too much. It opens a window. I am willing to recognize safe support. You can also return to the fuller agreement. I welcome supportive opportunities and tend them into shared prosperity. The line does not demand that you chase. It says welcome. It does not say every opening belongs to you. It says supportive opportunities. It does not say the result appears without participation. It says tend. It does not end with private accumulation. It says shared prosperity. I welcome supportive opportunities and tend them into shared prosperity. Let the sentence settle without pressure. You may feel warmth. You may feel resistance. You may feel nothing. Every response is acceptable. The work is not measured by emotion tonight. You have heard the agreement. You have given it space. That is enough. Now gratitude can become simpler. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this shelter. Thank you for the quiet around me. Thank you for the body that carried me here. Thank you for one lesson learned. Thank you for one problem solved. Thank you for one person who helped. Thank you for one useful skill. Thank you for one clear boundary. Thank you for one honest answer. Thank you for the chance to begin again. Thank you for what has already grown. Thank you for what I can tend now. Thank you for the wisdom to choose carefully. Thank you for support that respects me. Thank you for opportunities I can understand. Thank you for the ability to learn. Thank you for patience. Thank you for discernment. Thank you for rest. Thank you for enough in this moment. The mind may ask for more. You can let these words be enough for now. Gratitude does not need to become a performance. It can be one quiet recognition. Something has carried you to this breath. You are here. The shelves remain. The packet is safe in your hands. The ground does not need more work tonight. Rest is also part of tending. A field is not always active on the surface. A seed is not always visible. A gardener is not always working. There are hours when the right action is stillness. This is one of those hours. You do not have to earn it. You do not have to repay it. You can receive the night as it is offered. Let the room become quieter. Let the old ledger close. Let the new one remain open beside you. It records more than lack. It records breath, shelter, learning, skill, support, possibility, care. It records the seed you have accepted. It records the willingness to tend. For tonight, that is enough. Enough can become visible without becoming final. Enough may be one calm breath, Enough may be one clear choice. Enough may be the willingness to stop turning every uncertainty into a prediction of loss. You are not required to solve the whole season tonight. You are not required to know which opportunity will matter most. You are not required to prove that the new agreement has already changed everything. The seed has been placed. The ground has been prepared. The next movement can happen quietly. This is the hour for receiving without effort. You have already spent time examining what you learned, what you feared, what you carried, and what you may now choose differently. You have given the old beliefs honest attention. You have not shamed them. You have not pretended they appeared without reason. Now you can let the new belief take up a little more space. You can be supported without becoming weak. You can accept a beginning without owing an immediate harvest. You can participate without controlling every condition. You can choose wisely without closing yourself. You can grow without abandoning yourself. Let these truths become less like instructions and more like familiar ground. You do not have to repeat them with force. You can hear them as though they have always been waiting beneath the noise. There has always been a part of you capable of accepting care. There has always been a part of you able to recognize kindness. There has always been a part of you that understood cooperation, even when fear demanded isolation. That part may have become quiet. It did not disappear. It may have waited while you handled urgent things. It may have watched while you learned to survive by giving more, asking for less, working longer, and preparing for disappointment. Tonight, it can come forward again. Not dramatically, not all at once, only enough to remind you that life has never been held by effort alone. Other hands have contributed. Other minds have preserved knowledge. Other people have built systems, taught skills, shared tools, answered questions, and created paths that you did not have to invent from nothing. You have also done this for others. You have been part of someone else's support, even when you did not recognize it. A word you offered may have stayed with them. A task you completed may have removed pressure from their day. A skill you used may have protected something valuable. A moment of patience may have changed the way another person experienced difficulty. Support has already moved through you, and you are not learning an entirely foreign language. You are learning to let the movement travel in both directions: outward, inward, given, accepted, shared, preserved, returned. This balanced movement can feel unfamiliar when you have spent years standing mostly on one side of it. You may have become skilled at offering. You may still be learning how to accept. There is no shame in learning the second half of an exchange. A person who knows how to give can also learn how to be given to. A person who has carried others can also let one safe person carry a small part. A person who has solved many problems can also say, "I need information." You are not losing strength. You are widening it. Strength becomes more sustainable when it includes support. The seed library remains full, because people do not confuse accepting with taking forever. They understand that receiving can lead to tending, and tending can lead to contribution. Still, the return is not demanded before the growth. This is where your body may need reassurance. It may expect an immediate obligation whenever something kind reaches you. It may tighten before you have even decided whether the offer is safe. It may prepare a repayment before the gift has landed. You can teach the body another rhythm. First, receive the information. Then, understand what has been offered. Then, decide whether acceptance is right. Then, let the support do its work. There is time. There is space. You do not need to rush through the experience of being helped. You can let a person complete a kind sentence. You can let a compliment remain without correcting it. You can let a thoughtful gesture reach your heart before you begin planning what must be given back. You can let a useful opportunity remain a useful opportunity. You can ask for details. You can consider it. You can respond from clarity. There is dignity in taking enough time to understand. Pressure is not proof of value. Urgency is not proof of importance. A supportive path can often withstand a thoughtful pause. Let the shoulders lower. Let them move away from the ears. Let the chest release its guarded hold. Let the breath travel more freely. Let the belly soften. Let the hands become quiet. Let the jaw release. Let the space behind the eyes become still. Let the body understand that no answer is required right now. Nothing needs to be accepted tonight. Nothing needs to be rejected tonight. Nothing needs to be repaid tonight. You are only practicing the posture of someone who can meet support without immediately shrinking from it. The posture is not passive. It is present. It is aware. It is grounded. It does not chase. It does not hide. It remains available to what is clear, respectful, and useful. The shoulders do not need to carry the whole. Season. The chest does not need to protect against every possible disappointment. The belly does not need to hold every unfinished calculation. The hands do not need to keep working while the rest of you is trying to sleep. For now, they can rest. The packet has already been placed safely. The soil has already covered it. The night can do what the night does. The mind may still produce another thought. It may bring back a concern you have heard many times. It may show you a future conversation. It may remind you of something that needs attention tomorrow. You can answer quietly, "Not now." This does not mean never. It means not now. The thought can wait beside the shelf. It does not need to be destroyed. It does not need to be solved before morning. You are allowed to create a boundary with your own worry. You are allowed to say that the workday has ended. You are allowed to stop reviewing the same concern after no new information is available. You are allowed to rest while an answer is incomplete. Rest does not erase responsibility. It preserves the person who must meet it. The soil does not remain productive by being disturbed through every hour. There are periods of stillness. There are unseen processes. There are changes that cannot happen while everything is being pulled apart and examined. Your inner ground also needs moments when nothing is demanded. This is such a moment. Let the new agreement remain undisturbed. I welcome supportive opportunities and tend them into shared prosperity. You have heard this line before. Now hear it as a settled choice rather than a demand. You welcome. You do not chase. You recognize. You do not force. You tend. You do not control. You share. You do not empty yourself. The agreement includes balance. It includes discernment. It includes your own well-being. Shared prosperity does not require your exhaustion. It does not ask you to become responsible for everyone. It means what grows through care can create usefulness beyond fear. A skill may serve you and someone else. A calmer decision may protect your household and strengthen your confidence. A lesson may improve your next choice and later become guidance for another person. What is received can grow into more than one benefit. This is the quiet return of the garden. You may never see every place where your contribution travels. You do not need to. You can trust that sincere usefulness has a longer life than the moment in which it is offered. The same is true of what others have given you. Some kindness may have come from a source that was supported by someone else before you ever arrived. Some knowledge may have passed through generations of practice. Some opportunity may exist because many people maintained a system. You are not receiving from an empty space. You are joining a movement. Let gratitude recognize this movement. Thank the people whose names you know. Thank those whose name as you will never know. Thank the person who taught a skill. Thank the person who preserved the instructions. Thank the person who kept the shelf in order. Thank the one who returned more than they borrowed. Thank the one who made the next beginning possible. You are not required to turn this gratitude into obligation. Gratitude can remain warm. It can remain free. It can become care when the right moment comes. It can become respect. It can become wise use of what has reached you. You honor support by letting it help. You honor knowledge by using it carefully. You honor an opportunity by examining it honestly. You honor your own life by refusing to make fear the only advisor. Now let the affirmations become shorter. Let them fall one at a time. Do not measure how deeply you believe each line. Let them pass through the mind like packets placed gently onto a shelf. Some may feel natural, some may feel new, some may be useful later. There is no test. I am safe to pause. I welcome clear support. I recognize healthy opportunities. I trust thoughtful timing. I choose steady growth. I accept useful guidance. I learn with patience. I ask clear questions. I honor my limits. I value my skills. I respect my time. I welcome fair exchange. I release earning through exhaustion. I choose calm decisions. I can begin small. I tend what fits. I let help reach me. I receive without apology. I accept sincere kindness. I am open to learning. I notice useful beginnings. I trust measured care. I release rushed choices. I keep wise boundaries. I welcome respectful people. I recognize honest offers. I can say yes wisely. I can say no calmly. I can ask for time. I can seek guidance. I can change direction. I can learn again. I release old shame. I honor past lessons. I welcome new understanding. I am more than lack. I am more than numbers. I am more than delay. I carry useful knowledge. I contribute with dignity. I protect my energy. I keep enough for tomorrow. I give by choice. I accept by choice. I welcome mutual support. I trust shared growth. I appreciate what arrived. I tend what matters. I welcome opportunity. I choose readiness. I choose clarity. I choose respect. I choose balance. I choose patience. I am supported. I am learning. I am willing. I am open. I am ready. Let the last lines become very simple. Safe support. Clear choices. Fair exchange. Patient growth. Useful guidance. Steady learning. Wise limits. quiet confidence, new openings, shared good. Enough now. Rest now. The words do not need to remain active. They can settle. You do not need to memorize them. The mind may keep one. The body may respond to another. A line that feels distant tonight may feel more natural after it has been heard many times. There is no need to force agreement. You are building familiarity. Familiarity can reduce fear. A belief that once seemed impossible can become less threatening. Then it can become understandable. Then it may become something you are willing to practice. Practice comes before naturalness. You do not need to judge the early stage. The seed does not look like the mature plant. It is still complete for its stage. You are complete for this stage too. You do not need to be the person you will become after another year of learning. You need only be present as the person you are tonight. That person has survived. That person has adapted. That person has made mistakes and continued. That person has helped others. That person has been helped. That person is permitted to rest. Let gratitude move toward this present self. Thank yourself for arriving here. Thank yourself for listening. Thank yourself for being willing to examine an old pattern without turning the examination into another punishment. Thank yourself for every moment you chose care when fear wanted control. Thank yourself for every practical step you have already taken. Thank yourself for every lesson you allowed to remain after the shame began to fade. There may be more to do. You are still permitted to appreciate what has been done. There may be more to learn. You are still permitted to respect what you already know. There may be support you have not yet found. You are still permitted to recognize what has already reached you. This balanced view is honest. It includes need. It includes resource. It includes challenge. It includes capacity. It includes what is unfinished. It includes what is growing. Fear may show you one packet and call the shelves empty. You can look again. There may be experience. There may be patience. There may be one trustworthy person. There may be a skill that has not been used in a new way. There may be information waiting to be gathered. There may be a boundary that protects what remains. There may be a small beginning. A small beginning is not a complete answer. It can still be respected. You are becoming a person who respects beginnings. You no longer demand that every possibility arrive as a finished result. You no longer call it nothing because it needs care. You can meet it as it is. You can decide whether it belongs in your ground. You can choose how much attention it receives. You can let it become something through time. This is financial confidence in its quieter form. It is not certainty about every outcome. It is trust in your ability to meet information, ask questions, learn, adjust, and seek qualified help where needed. It is the ability to face facts without making them a judgment of your character. It is the ability to make a decision without demanding perfect knowledge. It is the ability to recover from an imperfect choice. It is the ability to accept that steady care matters. You do not need a louder belief. You need a more dependable relationship with yourself. You can become someone you trust to pause, someone you trust to ask, someone you trust to review, someone you trust to protect your limits, someone you trust to accept useful support, someone you trust to begin again. This trust may grow through small evidence. Each time you pause before panic, you create evidence. Each time you ask a clear question, you create evidence. Each time you refuse shame and choose learning, you create evidence. Each time you accept a healthy offer without immediate repayment, you create evidence. Each time you keep enough energy for your own needs, you create evidence. The evidence is not that nothing difficult will happen. The evidence is that you can meet difficulty without abandoning yourself. That is a strong form of security. It cannot replace practical resources. It can help you use practical resources more wisely. It can help you seek them without humiliation. It can help you recognize when an opportunity respects you. It can help you walk away when an exchange does not. You are not trying to become open to everything. You are becoming available to what is healthy. Let this difference remain clear. Healthy support does not demand secrecy. Healthy support does not ask you to ignore your judgment. Healthy support does not make your worth dependent on obedience. Healthy support respects your answer. Healthy support can be explained. Healthy support leaves room for choice. You can welcome this. You can wait for this. You can become more skilled at recognizing it. There may be times when you are uncertain. You can seek another perspective. You can ask someone qualified. You can gather more information. You can delay the decision. There is no failure in needing time. The seed keeper reads the label before planting. Care begins with understanding. You are permitted to understand. You are permitted to move slowly enough to remain connected to yourself. The abundance rain can now become gratitude again. I am grateful for breath. I am grateful for rest. I am grateful for shelter. I am grateful for learning. I am grateful for support. I am grateful for discernment. I am grateful for boundaries. I am grateful for choices. I am grateful for time. I am grateful for recovery. I am grateful for useful work. I am grateful for fair exchange. I am grateful for small beginnings. I am grateful for clear information. I am grateful for trusted guidance. I am grateful for patient growth. I am grateful for what remains. I am grateful for what changed. I am grateful for what I learned. I am grateful for what I can share. I am grateful for enough. I am grateful now. Let the body receive these words in its own way, shoulders softening, chest opening, belly releasing, hands resting, jaw unclenching, eyes becoming still, breath slowing. Nothing to prove, nothing to repay, nothing to solve, only this quiet, only this breath, only this night. A soft invitation can remain here for anyone who feels moved to mark the new agreement. A single blossom emoji can represent what you are ready to welcome, or you may quietly name it within yourself and let that be enough. No public declaration is required. No promise is required. The important part is the inner honesty. What are you willing to welcome? Clearer support, a useful beginning, a respectful opportunity, the courage to ask, the wisdom to wait, the confidence to choose. You can keep the answer private. You can let it rest beside the packet. There is no need to dig further. The ground has received enough attention. The shelf remains full. The season remains open. You have done enough for tonight.